This week, on an all-new episode of Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Join host Ryan Wolf, Spookèmaster Troy Osborn, Philbo Swaggins, and Colin Freakin Giffy for rants such as...
What the fuck is that supposed to say?
We didn't know going into it all the controversy that would come out of this game. I was like, how did you not know?
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store in the Citadel.
Got face mask on, fucking face tats and shit. Looks just like me.
Woo! Xbox wins! We're going off the rails on a crazy train of thought.
Check a look.
Welcome everybody to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am your host. We are live from Savant Studios. Joining me today, I have
Pumpkin Troy Osborn here.
Pumpkin Troy Osborn joins us today. Thank you for being here, Troy. It's good to have you back on the pod.
Back on the pod.
Next.
2 weeks running.
Philbo Swaggins, straight from the Shire.
Philbo Swaggins is here.
Yes.
Glad to have you.
I had a bad realization over the weekend.
Okay.
I don't think I can ever eat pizza again.
That sucks.
Because I ate pizza, and all day today, it's felt like I've had a very bad stomach flu. And I know it's not. It's the pizza.
Well,
Get out.
maybe it's not. Maybe it's the brand of pizza you ate.
Was it Jack's?
Did you have like
No, I
shitty
just had
pizza?
like frozen pizza, which I've had before.
Jack's.
Yes, that's garbage. You're basically consuming garbage.
I had Jack's frozen pizza all
But
I'm gonna do. It's cool.
like,
It's garbage.
It's not.
I still kind of feel like this sometimes, and it's been a long time since I've had pizza because I've been on a diet. So we're like, hey, let's have a little cheat day. So we had that, and my day has been bad.
Well, you shouldn't eat shitty pizza. You shouldn't eat shitty food. in general.
Technically, I shouldn't have dairy. I am lactose intolerant, and it's what really stinks about lactose intolerance versus other allergies.
It gives you the
is-
farts.
Well, no, it destroys me. Like, I wish it would kill me because then I'd have to not eat it.
Damn.
Whereas most allergies, it's like, oh, if I eat this peanut, I will die.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, man, if I eat dairy, I'm going to have a really shitty time. Like, really? Literally.
I just get
But,
diarrhea.
All right,
I'll live.
let's move on from that. Jesus fuck. Next,
Chevy, you already know who it is. Captain Colin Giffy.
Colin Giffy's here. Woo!
Yeah.
All right.
Back on the pod.
Happened. Freaking Giffy.
I'm back. I came back. Like I said, it was
Captain Crunch.
Arnold also here. Insert PNG image
Okay,
of
I
Arnold screaming.
can maybe handle that.
It's gotta be old Arnold, like not old Arnold, but like the. Like
You should get the Arnold when he's
Arnold.
shooting the
Predator.
No, but no, it's the.
It's from Rise of the
Xbox Series
Machines.
X.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Yeah, good to be back here on the pod. We got a bunch of stuff to get to today. A shit ton of news, especially
This
I don't
is
even
a big
think
news day.
it's a big news day. So let's just jump right into it here. Colin, you watched High Score on Netflix.
Freaking did.
Tell me about that.
So High Score, it was a limited series by Netflix. Only had 6 episodes, which I actually didn't know going into it because I got to the 6th episode and I was like, yeah, I can't wait for there to be more. And then it ended. I was like, wait.
Damn.
Oh. So it's a show about how video games basically came to be. It talks a little bit about the Atari, but kind of jumps straight into like arcade machines and everything like that, and the making of Space Invaders,
Okay.
which was the biggest influence for modern day video games.
Nice.
So yeah, it does a deep dive into that and how different cultures have been integrated into video games, and it also dives into the early days of esports. So
Okay. Wow,
like
we get all the
early
Everything,
competitions with NES when they
When
were
did that start?
Yeah.
Oh, the early days.
Early
of
days,
esports.
early
Okay.
days of esports.
Like, when did
Atari
esports
was the
actually
first
start?
one, right?
I don't think it wasn't called esports. It was just like, oh, whatever, video game championship.
Yeah, just a video game championship.
Did
And it was
give
on
you, like, when it
MTV.
started?
MTV actually hosted a lot of them too, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
So
When that was relevant.
there was one event that they had. I can't remember what console it was on.
Are you talking about the girl?
No,
That
there was
that one.
no. I wasn't talking about that one.
Oh.
That
I
one
watched
was
the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode. The girl did win one. But there was they had one called Rock the Rock.
Okay.
And it was the championship took place on Alcatraz, like
That's
Rock the Rock. So
badass.
MTV hosted it. So like rock music, it's just
Yeah.
Rock the Rock, and they're on Alcatraz. It was just crazy.
That's
like
cool.
it's not a place you take children, but you know they did. So yeah, so it was really cool. Yeah, it made me have a better understanding of like where video games came from. They even did a deep dive on Doom, which made me want to get in playing Doom, which I have been. So yeah, it's just a really good series.
So what does each episode like? Do they cover a different specific thing in each episode, or is it like here's the history of video games?
Yeah, usually it's the different thing each episode.
Okay.
They don't get super far into it. They get to like Super NES, I mean the Super Nintendo, and it doesn't really go too much further past that. They don't go into like the N64 or GameCube or anything like that. But they usually talk about a different console or different company. Like one episode they talk about Nintendo, and then another episode they talk about Sega and their battles that they had, the making of Sonic, which was actually kind of cool. What else was I gonna say? Crap. Lost my train of thought.
Well, when you were telling me about that, I was talking to you about the audiobook that I listened to, Super Mario, which is all about the competition between Nintendo and Sega and how each of those companies were formed. And then, it delves into like how Nintendo was formed in like the 1800s, like 1880s, making playing cards. And then they did all kinds of weird shit before they decided to actually do video games. And
Crazy to think.
it is.
Yeah,
it's
it's wild.
crazy that they've been around that long and are still so inventive even to this day with like Mario, and Mario's had 35 years of games. Like he just did the 35-year
Speaking of Mario,
anniversary.
the guy that voices Mario is the narrator for the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, dude.
I didn't
that's
know that
cool.
until I looked back on it. I was like, oh, it's literally the guy that voices Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Charles
know that
Martinet.
like he got Mario as basically an accident?
Yeah.
Because
I
like
heard about
they
that.
were doing the whole thing for like, because it was like a meet and greet with Mario almost. It was like an animatronic head where they were trying to show off this character of like they were gonna make Mario. And when he went into it, everybody's like, oh yeah, Italian blowing, yeah, bah. Like the deep voice gruff.
Oh,
He's
I
like,
gotcha.
and he had the thought and was the only person who did this, at least that's what I've heard.
You mean
He
in
was
the
like-
voice acting session?
Yeah, in the voice
Okay.
acting session, like he's at the end, he's like, please, like just let me try. And they're like, all right, we got some tape, you can do one and go. And in his mind, he's like, he thought like, oh yeah, do the Italian plumber. And he's like, wait, this is for kids. So I need to have it to where kids will like the voice, listen, and then be able to like talk to them like they're children.
Yeah.
And so he did the, it's a me, Mario. And everybody's like, all right, cool, it's fine. And he got the call back and they're like, yeah, you have it. You're the only one we like.
That's awesome.
And then he's
That's great.
every fucking character.
Yeah.
He's all of them,
That's
which is
cool.
insane.
Yeah,
Well,
he was
I mean,
actually
they
like the
don't really have voices though. Like,
Well, yeah, but they
that insane.
Well, he's Mario, Luigi,
Just making
Wario, and
noises.
Waluigi.
Yeah, it's really making noises.
They do
Still,
sometimes talk.
Yeah, they have.
It's still pretty varied. I mean,
All
Wario
right,
and Wario, you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's a me.
Like Link.
Oh,
Wah! Wah!
it's yeah.
I did Link right there. I'm the guy. Fucking hire me, Nintendo.
Oh,
I mean, I guess I played Mario Tennis and they talk in that. So
Oh, all right.
no, whatever. Yeah, but the
I stick to the canon Mario games.
canon Mario games.
that is.
Yeah,
That's
but
where
he,
Waluigi came in. My favorite character.
No, the ones where he's
Yeah.
holding a cannon. Those are my favorite.
he actually did a perfect job for narrating though. Like it was
That's
so
cool.
weird. He was like a good narrator. I was like, oh, awesome. Listen to this guy talk.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Like I kind of want to watch the Super Mario one again because there's a whole episode about Mario and him coming to life and everything. And he did sound super excited about it. He didn't talk about the voice acting at all. He didn't talk about
Okay.
himself at all.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know that was him when I was watching it. So I kind of want to watch it again and be like, oh, he's talking about himself right now. It's so weird.
That's weird that he like
That
was a part of the history. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was what made me watch it. Was because it said Charles Martinet at the top. I was
Really?
like, I'm in.
Now
I'm
I
in.
need to watch this now.
Well, Mario's like the face of video games, though. He always
Yeah.
has been.
In-
Like Nintendo,
Yeah.
like is literally like the
Iconic character.
And that's so many people's entry point, right? Like when you're a kid,
yeah. Like
you had a Nintendo platform.
everybody's parents, like yeah,
duh.
I played NES.
Yeah.
Of course he did. Like my grandpa had an NES, dude. Dude was a World
Right.
War II vet. He played NES.
I
Like, that-
played the fuck out of Mario Paint
Oh, geez.
on my
Yeah.
grandma's Macintosh computer, and like it's just a painting game. Like it's not even a game. You just paint shit. And like I remember calling, it was in their bedroom. I remember calling my grandma, and they're like, "Grandma, look what I painted!" Like it's not even a paint thing. Like, I didn't do shit. I just clicked the button, and it. But yeah, Mario Paint. It did. Yeah, I played a ton of that when I was a kid. And there you go. Like that's Mario.
Yep.
Like,
and then the guy that made E.T. was on there, and he was talking about how he made E.T. So he made the Indiana Jones games and did a great job with them because he made those in 9 months.
Okay.
And then they came to him and they're like, "Hey, we need you to make this E.T. game." It was like July, and like we need you to make this E.T. is end of July. Let's say we need you to make this ET game before the release, like before Christmas for the holiday season. So we need it by September 5th. So he had 5 weeks, 5 weeks to make freaking ET. So he went to Spielberg, presented an idea, and Spielberg was like, "Well, can't you make something more like Pac-Man?" So then he scratched the whole idea. It was like 3 weeks left.
Oh my
And
God.
then made a game together and then presented it to Spielberg, and Spielberg apparently loved it. And like, yes, we can start mass producing these copies. We'll get it all going. Got so excited.
Mass produced, they did.
And then, yeah. So it started showing like old news clips of when they're hitting the shelves, and like people are returning these things like crazy. Like nobody wanted ET.
Returning them?
Yeah, people were returning them
That
to the
used
game
be a
stores.
thing that you could do that.
They were returning the
3
games.
weeks.
Yep. He did not have any time at all to make this game. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Dude, like
One
didn't sleep.
dude made that game?
One dude.
I think, yeah, it was just one dude made ET.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just really good at coding. Like he made the Indiana Jones games. Like I said, he did those in 9 months.
Yeah.
Like he did a great
3
job.
weeks.
ET, heck no.
Wow.
Jeez.
It was insane.
That's cool.
It was funny hearing him talk about it though. It's like it's cool because they do this little thing where whenever somebody's telling a story about how like they came to be. So like, for example, the ET guy, he was talking about like where he was. He was like, "Oh, I was in my basement doing this," and they have like a pixelated like animation going on of them doing that. And
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
showed like Spielberg animated and pixelated and everything. It was
All
so
right.
cool. Like like they tell the story that way, and it's
Yeah.
just really interesting. But there's
That
a
is
lot of
super cool.
synthwave music, a lot of retro music in there. Their intro music was insane.
Yeah.
Because I just bought
The
a new
whole
TV and
intro
watching
is
it on the new
insane.
TV was like, oh my gosh. This like I wanted to replay the intro because
Really?
it's so cool.
The intro is the best part.
Wow.
One intro you won't skip.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to go watch the intro. real
Good. It's
quick.
only like 50 seconds.
Yeah.
So you totally could.
So totally good.
Yeah, you have to, though.
That's awesome, man. I really enjoy like stuff about the history of video games. I believe there's one on Netflix as well about the ET game. And I watched that. That was years ago that came out though, and that was cool. Back when I think it was like maybe even Microsoft helped make that, like when they were
That was
doing their
on the
TV
Xbox,
stuff.
yeah.
Right. Which they got away from pretty quickly, but yeah, I like that a lot. So I'm sure High Score would be right up my alley. And like I said, that Super Mario book, that's a really, really cool book.
Yeah,
The
makers
ET guy
of,
was my favorite though.
the makers of Mortal Kombat were on there,
Okay.
and they were like, we didn't know going into it all the controversy that would come out of this game. I was like, how did you not know?
Right.
Like the worst,
Ripping
like,
people's spines out.
yeah,
like,
ripping people's spines out was literally in the first game. You ripped a head out with a spine, like, and you like, there was no other game that showed graphics like that before. They had Street Fighter, but that didn't have any like graphics in it or anything.
Yeah.
and parents were already upset about that. So like, oh, just make a really bloody, gory game. I was like, that's insane, and they were like, yeah, we actually didn't know. So that's cool.
Ed Boon doesn't
cool.
care.
yeah, I don't give a fuck.
And then the Doom creators around there, like I said, they talk about Doom a lot, and there was only 5 people that made Doom, and it was like
Wow.
revolutionary. Obviously,
Yeah.
like today, it's still-
Invented first-person
yeah,
shooters in a lot
exactly.
of
Like,
ways.
and Wolfenstein was on there too. They talk about that, like both of those 3D games, which are technically 2D, but I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah, they're really cool, and it was just interesting to see the guy. I can't remember the creator's name, but his hair is freaking crazy. Because they listened, like he's literally like, yeah, we got into this room where there was no light, like we didn't want any light, so they literally stayed in like a basement with no light. There was a window and they covered it up because they didn't want any light, and they sat down there, listened to crazy rock music the whole time they made Doom.
Wow.
Like, they just kept
I mean, it
repeating
shows.
which they got inspired by Metallica. Master of Puppets is the theme song for Doom, like their first level.
Okay.
Same chord progression, everything. They
Really?
totally stole it from Master of Puppets. You'd have to listen to it. You're like, yep, this is Doom.
It was John Carmack and John Romero.
Yeah,
that
John
made-
Carmack.
Yeah.
Romero is the guy. He has like really long hair.
Yeah,
He's the one that
yep.
talks about it mostly.
That's
I don't know
cool.
if Carmack was in it at all. I think they did like an old retro picture together where they're both dressed like they did when they made the game, like
Yeah.
nerdy and everything. But I don't think he ever talked about it at
Yeah.
all. It was mainly Romero, but it was really cool. It was cool seeing, because I haven't ever been like a super huge Doom fan. Like I played a little bit, but just watching that made me want to dive into Doom.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Doom 2016, I wasn't on board until Doom 2016.
yeah,
and
I need
talked
to
about
play that. Like
Yeah.
I've been playing the retro ones, but I need to play the newer ones.
Yeah, that did get me into, like, I knew of it, but that was kind of like when I was younger and it was known. My family was a bit more conservative about that stuff, so I wasn't
it was
really
like
able
demons.
to get. Yeah, well, no, just it was violent.
I
So
yeah.
as a time, like, you know, and then I eventually start getting into all of the games and then like researching and learning, and I played 3, and I was like, eh.
I liked 3. I mean, it's kind of more of a horror game than it is an action game, but I liked 3 on the original.
I didn't dislike it, but I wasn't like super impressed. It was funny. I got it, and then me and my friend just spent hours playing the original Doom levels because you could do that, I think, in co-op. I remember us doing that.
Yeah.
Instead of actually
Yeah,
playing
and there's a
Doom.
death match too where you can actually fight each other. Like you can shoot each other and stuff, so that's cool.
But yeah, and then I played 2016, and I was like, ooh.
So when, like, what was your first console? Did you like?
I had a GameCube growing up.
Okay.
I played a lot of the GameCube. I played the Xbox original, PlayStation. I think the PS1 was my first though.
Okay.
The first console ever. I don't remember it though. I was so young. But GameCube is the one I most remember playing on Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I grew up playing that game.
So do you hope there will be a continuation of High Score to get into like the next set of?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be awesome.
Like I like that's where it gets like I remember the old generation stuff really well, but like kind of in the middle is kind of where it gets fuzzy for me because nobody really focuses on that when all like the off-brand video games started coming out. Like
Yeah.
different people trying to make it because that was the
There was
fad.
the Commodore and the Jaguar.
Exactly.
and, like,
There's
all
so
that
many.
shit.
There's so much stuff
Yeah.
going on, and I kind of want to do a deep dive into those, like
ColecoVision.
what those companies'
ColecoVision.
ideas were
Yep.
and how they did, why they didn't make it. you know?
Yeah.
And how they were trying to beat the big names. Like Sega, that was like the one they talked about that came out of nowhere because NES was only 8-bit, and they're like, oh, we can do 16-bit, and that was it. And they made Sonic. They're like, well, it's gonna feel faster, so we got to make a fast game. What can we do? So they actually went to a amusement park and saw like roller coasters and stuff. So that's where they got the idea for Sonic.
Wow.
And then they just had to be like, oh, we just have to have a character run fast, but they didn't know who. So the creator of Sonic literally went to America because that was his targeting audience. Because America, where video game booms in America, it booms everywhere.
Right.
And so he went to the Central Park in New York and started asking. He drew a bunch of figures of things, and he started asking people which character do you like more. And the hedgehog, which doesn't look like a hedgehog, that he drew is what people like the most. So that's what he started using. So yeah, he literally got the idea from America. He's like, hey, what do you like more? Cool, circle.
Blue Boy.
That's crazy.
It was cool.
That's
it was cool.
super
And he
fucking cool.
talked about it. He was there. He actually went to Central Park and like filmed a little, like him like reenacting it.
Yeah.
So it was cool
Yeah.
to see.
That was like the first game I remember playing, and might be the first game that I did actually play. But I remember playing Sonic 2 on the Genesis. And man, that might have been where my fear of water started. So you go into that and it's just like, and you're like, fuck. And then
That was my first console. That was mine,
Yeah.
and I got it when I was like, when did the Genesis come out?
Well, according to that T-shirt, it was 89.
89. I was gonna say 89.
Okay.
My Genesis T-shirt says 1989 on it.
Okay, well,
I mean, we would have been.
I think it was 89.
I got a Genesis when I was 2 or 3. Then
Right.
it was brand new, and I got Sonic with it, and played it all day that day,
Yeah.
nonstop.
did you ever play Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
No.
Nobody's ever played. It's the worst game. I think it's worse than ET. You can't get past the first level. Like you don't know what to do. I think there's like a tutorial online. It's like, oh, I figured out how to get past the first level, but it's the most pointless game I've ever seen. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You gotta.
I think maybe
it was
did
NES.
play that actually.
I think it was NES. It was based on the movie. There's a movie, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which I've never seen, but
Right.
Well, then you would know what to do in the game.
No, you don't. So believe me, you have to look it up.
No.
Colin, you did Doom in VR.
I did. So like a high score made me want to go play Doom.
Right.
So I found Doom because me and my brother do Steam Share, and I realized I didn't have Doom on my PC, and I was like, what? But he had the collection of Doom, so I was like, great. So the VR version is actually technically a mod, but you have to own the game in order to do the mod. This is actually like the ideas of the original Doom creators when they first uploaded it. They talk about it in the show, is that when they first had it, the servers went down because everybody were trying to share the game. They made it a shareable game.
Yeah.
So you could actually send the file, but you couldn't mod it unless you actually own the game.
Okay.
So that's basically what this is. Like
Gotcha.
I can get it and probably play it for free, but I can't mod it unless I own it, which you probably could. There's people that do it.
Sure.
But so I downloaded the VR version and I booted in and I was like, holy crap. If you're pretty prone to motion sickness, do not play Doom, the original Doom in VR. Because it moves so fast. It looks clean. It looks crisp, looks good. The gun is a little funky. Like they need to fix the design, and also the aiming's kind of weird. I noticed that when I had to shoot things, I had to aim kind of low.
Oh, okay.
It's like I didn't aim right at him. I had to actually aim down a little bit. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But eventually you get used to it. And when you punch, because there's also the melee you can do, it still shows the classic arm coming out. So you actually can't use your own fist. But it actually kind of got scared playing it. Like I can't remember what demon it is, but it's like one of the big orange ones that, I don't know, just popped up out of nowhere and it started running towards me. It's like, why did that scare me? It's literally like a 2D image just sprinting at me. Like, why is it
coming at you?
Yeah,
2D sprite coming at you.
What the heck? Yeah, so, but I played a couple levels. I didn't play a whole lot. I was just kind of experimenting with it. But yeah, it was crazy fun.
That's
like,
cool.
It's a good way to experience old school Doom. Like, if you've played it a million times, try it in VR. Like, it's so fun.
Dude, you know what would be amazing in VR and actually would also be scary? Because the original Dead Space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
I would not do that.
So much about that game is without a HUD, though. Like, you look at your character's back for your health and your
well, they could put it on your
ammo
arms.
and like, yeah, that's true.
Just saying that's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, Dead Space
Dude,
is so
that in
good.
VR.
That would be so creepy.
Oh.
I couldn't do it. Ryan let me borrow that game, and I played it in the dark with my Turtle Beach headphones on, and got about 10 minutes in and went and turned the light on.
So good.
I'm still mad at how close I got to platinumizing that game, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Back on the PS3.
Right.
So I was like going through, like I went through and did all this stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm going to platinumize it. And then I didn't.
Dead Space was probably the first game I ever bought microtransactions for, because you can buy like upgraded guns and different armor and shit via microtransactions. And I remember being like,
The original Dead Space?
like, I love this game, but I am a fucking terrible player. And also, I'm kind of a bitch. So, yeah, give me the top tier armor. Give me the most powerful weapons. Like, that's what I want. Like, upgrades, you can buy so many upgrade. I don't remember what the things are. Modules or something like that.
Nodes.
Yeah, nodes. There it is. But speaking of Doom, we'll go back to that real quick. Modders have modded the original Doom to run on a pregnancy test.
I saw
I
that.
saw
It
that.
didn't make the news, but I thought I'd mention it because we were talking about
I saw that somewhere. I looked up Doom VR, and that's something that popped up because I was trying to find out the download for it.
Right.
And then I was like, "What is Doom run on a pregnancy? What?" I just kind of scrolled past it, but I was like, "What the heck is this?"
So stupid.
Yeah. But
Let's play this on a 1x1 screen.
oh my god,
With urine on it.
but it makes me
It
wonder
wasn't
what,
a used one.
That you know of. You have to pee on it to turn it on.
It makes you wonder what other retro games that they could turn into VR. I mean, I guess it would have to be like 3D games. I guess they already have like a Wolfenstein one. But I wonder if there's like old games like the 007 GoldenEye or something like that. You know, like imagine you play that in VR. There's got to be a way.
The problem with that game is the licensing. Like every time somebody goes to remaster it or make mods for it or whatever, like MGM is like, hey, fuck you. Pay us for that shit.
They had one for the PlayStation, but it wasn't
That's
good.
solid gold. Don't touch
Solid
it unless
gold.
you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of N64 games I could see them doing that. Like, I think there was one for Super Mario, the N64 3D one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Super
think-
Mario 64.
Super Mario 64. I think they. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of it. Stupid. But
Super
they
Mario
do
64.
Super Mario 64.
I downloaded that font that's in that game. That's such a terrible fucking font.
terrible.
It's
garbage.
so hard to read. Like, I don't know why they use that fucking font. I remember trying to read that on my CRT TV and like getting real close. Like, what the fuck is that supposed to say?
And then you get closer to the screen and it just gets blurry.
Yeah, it's blurrier. Like, it doesn't. Actually, if you're back further,
It's okay.
easier to read.
You had problems like back in your day with the font. Emmett now argues with me about what Mario Kart 8 is called because Mario says
Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8 and he says Mario Kart E.
Oh, damn.
That's rough.
And I was like, no, it
it's
says
not.
8 on the box.
You got to make him play the
No,
old.
Dad.
No, it's
You
infinity.
got to make him play the original Mario Kart now. All right, you're playing this until you get the name right.
He was playing Super Mario Kart on the Switch Online thing.
Yeah.
He said,
funny.
"This is terrible." Like his exact words.
I mean, I get it.
This is terrible.
Same thing for me. If I go back, I'm like, I can't play this.
Yeah.
Like,
Speaking of Nintendo announced that they are going. This was at Mario's 35th anniversary. They dropped a Nintendo Direct thing, so they're going to bundle Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine from the GameCube
Galaxy
Such a
one.
good game.
and Galaxy all together
For a
for
limited
$60 for a limited time.
yeah, it's till like February next year.
So this is-
or
March.
Fuck is that?
We could have saved this for news, but let's just jump on it right now. So you can pre-order it now on your Switch, which I did because I'm a sucker. And like, what do you guys feel about one, the $60 price tag, and two, the limited time nature
That's
of this thing?
Worth it.
Okay.
And I mean, to me, that's at least three $30 games for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
But we just got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater
That's what I was about to say.
Remastered.
It's $40.
$40 for
Yeah.
two games.
Remasters.
And the remaster.
Remakes. They're remakes.
I mean,
remakes.
they're primarily 100%
There's some new
remade. Like,
stuff, but
yeah.
Yeah.
it's practically a
To me,
remaster in the middle.
A Mario game. It's gonna be,
It's Mario.
they're already made. They're great games.
yeah, but Mario 64 still looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
Like when they played
They
that
didn't
trailer, I
remaster
was
Mario
like,
64.
oh man, they didn't change the font. Everything about
change the
this,
font.
everything about this.
I think a lot
still
of
looks
it is they
terrible.
want to give you that nostalgic
Yeah, it's
feel,
the
though. That's
nostalgia
what it
feel.
is for me.
Then
like,
let me turn that on and
that's
off.
why when I
do
play-
your due diligence and fucking remake it, and let me turn that
like they
graphics
do with
slider on and off.
Halo.
yes,
No, well, Halo, but they also have it when you play the 8-bit games from the NES. You can switch it to make it look like an old school TV.
Yep.
And like make it run. I've been doing that. That's the only way I play the original Mario is by switching that. I'm like, I'm not playing this with smooth graphics. Come on, you serious?
And the
We're making
Master
it look old.
The Master Chief Collection is an excellent example of that.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, the Master Chief Collection now is more of an apology to Halo fans.
Yeah, for real.
But when it first came out, like, they set out to release all the Halo games in one $60 package playable on the Xbox One. Like, that's a great goal.
Yeah.
And 100% remastered for at least the first Halo when it came out. And like, but that's not what Nintendo's doing.
No.
Nintendo is limiting this to a time frame where you have to buy it right now.
I think that's the limited time frame is like every 3 years when a Mario anniversary is, they'll re-release this thing.
You know what's going to happen?
Go ahead, Philip.
They're going, this is a limited release for you, get the special bundle. And then once it runs out, each one is $60 as its own thing. That's what a lot of people are saying.
I don't know about
Nah.
that.
I mean,
It won't be $60 for each one.
I don't
can't-
know. I
can't
mean,
imagine they won't
Maybe it's
sell
$30.
it as, individually. I'm not saying they will
Yeah.
never sell it individually because that does seem like something they'll do. But
I mean, that Switch tax is crazy.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
Sometimes.
How are you supposed to play it if you don't have if Switches can't be sold? Like nobody can get their hands on it because they're still not back in stock. People are still buying them like crazy and selling them, like upcharging them. So it's
I
like,
guess you would have to
what the
make your
hell?
Nintendo account online, buy the game digitally,
just wait till you get a
and then wait
Nintendo
till you get
or
a Switch.
pre-order.
Well,
That is
they have
insane.
physical copies.
Yeah, why would you want that?
Physical copies, dude. Come on.
I'm just
2020.
saying that.
Xbox One S all the way. Let's go.
Damn.
You mean Series S?
Series S.
See?
Confused.
Aneurysm.
Okay,
We'll get that at later.
we'll get to that later. Yeah.
I think my favorite comment was what someone made about this, where it's like, if they had the monopolizing tactics of Disney, but the brand loyalty of Apple, you get Nintendo. Because they do some shit. Like, that is, like,
I mean, Nintendo is
it's three
fairly...
ports that should be $40, and it's on a limited run. Now, we don't know what they're doing, and a lot of people were not happy with that.
I don't know.
Pretty much everything I saw, people were pissed.
Personally, I think the $60 price tag is fine.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to release these games together and bundle them for $60, that's three full Mario games for $60.
if it
I
was at
think that's
$40.
okay.
From what I've never
the
played
limited
Galaxy.
time thing pisses me off.
I've never played Galaxy, but from what I've heard, that's like the best 3D Mario game ever made.
I hated Galaxy.
But you hated Wii
I never
controls.
played it.
I also hated the Wii controls.
Another thing
Yep.
that people are kind of pissed about is Galaxy 2 was supposed to be on it, and then they pulled it.
They wanted it on there. It was
Yeah,
never
who
supposed
said
to be.
supposed to be?
It wasn't
This
Nintendo.
I was completely blindsided by this news that they are releasing these games together as a bundle. Like, I
knew
didn't
the
hear any
bundle was
rumors about
coming.
that.
Well, there was rumors that there was a 3D bundle coming, and everybody's like, "Well, it's got to have Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2. How would they not?" Well, they just won't.
didn't. That's how they not.
Freaking Nintendo. They do what they want.
Probably look again, but I saw a report, like an actual thing that had some legitimacy behind it, that they pulled it to either for time or to sell to something else. I feel that with it being ports, it should be 40. 60 is a bit much.
But it's 3 full ports.
It's 3 full Mario games for $60. Like, you still think that's only worth $40?
Yeah. Because it's an N64 game, a GameCube game, and a Wii game. And they're ports.
Yeah.
But they run in they're running in HD now with better frame rates.
The frame rates, they did say they improved, in that video.
You can do the same thing on an emulator on a computer. I mean, I know that's not legal, but it's like you can still get some stuff that would look even better.
Yeah.
60 is too much, and the limited thing is bullshit.
The limited thing, I agree with
they're
that.
basically
I'm
just
okay with the
doing
price
this
tag.
So people will pay 60 for it.
Oh,
because
people
they
are-
know it's
yeah.
worth 40.
It's gonna sell just as much as it would if it was $40.
That's what
Well,
I'm
it's
saying.
it's already one of the best-selling games of the year. It's not even out yet.
Yeah.
It comes out very
who
soon.
wouldn't want to buy it though? Like,
Yeah.
think about that. Every generation, like my stepdad, for example, borrowed my Switch to buy Animal Crossing, and he hasn't stopped playing it. It's gonna be the same thing. He's probably gonna want to get the the Mario bundle. Like, who wouldn't? That's like every generation.
It
Not
has
just millennials,
all
not just Gen
3
Z.
great Mario games that are 3D.
I never played Sunshine. I never had a game.
Sunshine was amazing.
Okay.
Sunshine would be like top tier. Put that as an actual remaster or remake, that'd be $60.
So you're not buying it.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how long that.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see in March when it goes to
Yeah.
expire if you're not going to buy it.
I have one more week to buy Mario.
That new 3D Land thing looks awesome too, though.
Oh, wait. Which one's that?
The new, I think it's
Oh, the cooperative
Yes.
3D.
Yes.
Yeah. Super Mario Worlds, I believe is
Yes.
the name of that or something like that. 3D Worlds with an S. Yeah, I don't know. Sure. I don't play enough couch co-op games probably
love
to
that
make
type
that.
of Mario game but family.
No, for sure. Like that
Because-
is right up your alley. That's
because
fucking perfect. You and Brenda
I've wanted
and
that since the Wii. The new Super Mario Brothers for Wii was amazing with 4 people, and
remember
you're
that.
jumping on people's heads and throwing them down the holes to make yourself survive. Like Brenda would go jump over the hole, and I'd jump on her head and keep going, and she'd fall down in the hole.
What an asshole.
Yep, it was fun. Those games are amazing, and to have that, but in a 3D type game, which I think it was on Wii U. But I never had a Wii U.
Well, right. Who had a fucking Wii U? About nobody. Oh, we got one. All right.
I will say one thing I do wish that the Switch had kind of done with, like, I like the Wii U having the tablet and the base, because there were some co-op games that you could do where one person's playing the bass on the TV.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then you get to play as the handheld.
Yeah, there was some Mario Party stuff.
It was.
They had that. It was cool. That was really fun.
Pretty legit.
Or not Mario Party. Was it Mario Party that had that? What was?
I mean, I'm not.
It was
There
Mario.
were a couple of things that had. Like Hyrule Warriors was one that was fun.
What one was that? It was like.
There's a couple.
I used to play it all the time. Oh my gosh, that was so great. Yeah. Because then you could do like, there's one like in Luigi's Mansion where somebody plays as like the ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It was cool because like you could do
that?
things where, because I think certain people, like if you did the 1v multiple, the person would get the tablet.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they could do stuff that other people couldn't see.
Yeah. So like you could play as the ghost in Luigi's Mansion. Other people have to try to find you. You have to try to take out all the other characters. I can't remember the game. I don't know if it was Mario. What the heck was that? I don't know, but it was so fun. It was so fun.
Still going off that Mario thing, they announced a Mario Battle Royale game, but that is also only Switch Online.
Yes.
And it's limited time. Well, what's the fucking name of that game, Troy? It's like
Having a bad time.
yeah.
What's the name of the game?
Even,
I mean, it was a while, like a
my
week ago at
phone's
least. that I
recording me right now. Otherwise, I'd look it up.
So yeah, it's basically you are going in Mario, the original Mario game.
It's old
and you
school
are
tournament style.
Yeah, it's tournament style. You're going while the other people are also going through the level, and say you knock a Goomba out of your level, you can send that Goomba into other people's games to fuck them over.
So it's like the Tetris.
So they
one.
drop in, right? It's like Tetris effect, but with
Or no, Tetris.
not effect.
The Tetris 100 or whatever it was.
Yeah, something
Is
like
it a
that.
battle
Tetris
royale?
99.
Tetris.
Yeah,
Tetris
Tetris 99.
yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Not 100.
Tetris 99.
99.
Yeah, not 100.
Oh no! I got it wrong by one number.
So that's fine, but like I said, it's only online and it's only a limited time. Like they're not even releasing this as a game. No. You can download it from the online thing, which I don't even think I have.
Yeah.
And play it online, and that's it. When the time runs out, in whatever the fuck they said, for 6 months, I think it was like a limited run thing. That's it. You can't play it anymore. Like what
Nintendo
the
can
fuck?
do some stuff that other people
and
can't.
Does not make
probably-
sense.
I feel like they'll go with another one,
Okay.
like a Super Mario one of that, or something along that line, like Super Mario World. So go to the SNES one next.
I mean, what if people actually like this game? Like, what if a lot of people play
keep
it?
it around? Like, I mean, they can say limited run.
Then why say? I don't know. It
Just in case
it's
nobody
fucking
likes
mind
it.
blowing. A lot of it's
If they don't like it, then it's
If you don't want to be around for things that don't make sense, don't get Nintendo.
sure. Okay. All right. Let's move on from that. I played a shit ton of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Remastered.
Oh yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remastered. I don't know what the fuck is.
I downloaded it on my
Remake,
Xbox,
remaster, or whatever.
but didn't get to play it.
You guys, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is very difficult. That is
Oh,
a
yeah.
game
It is.
that is very, very difficult. So I've been playing it for about a week or so. I played a little bit over the weekend, and then today I really played it for, like, sat down and played it for a few hours. I'm at level 10, character level 10. I customized my own character, created my character.
Create your board.
Yep, customized my board. I got like a little cat, like a cartoon cat on the bottom of my board. It's awesome.
I figured it'd be like a synth wave, radio wave thing.
I don't know. I picked there's only like certain designs. You can't, it's not like Trials
like
bike
Paint.
customization level.
Microsoft Paint. Come on.
No, that's not that. So it's not, you can't like stick stickers on your board and move it around or anything. Like you got to choose from a set design of board and you get, 30 or whatever to choose
it's a
from.
deck. It's not a board.
Okay. You get to choose your deck.
What about the trucks? Can you make?
You can
trucks
choose the
Time
trucks.
to
and the
duel.
You can choose your trucks. You can choose your wheels.
grip tape.
Grip tape on the top. Yep. Customize all that stuff. Character, you get pants, shoes, torso, hat, socks.
I need
Tony
correct,
Hawk's Underground 2 was the best
Socks.
customization.
So yeah, a lot of customization there for your character and stuff like that. You can even choose what clothes, like Tony Hawk or Bob Burnquist, those guys and I first played as Tony Hawk until I realized, hey, it's character creator. I'm gonna go all out on that.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I, just chose some
He just made Bob Burnquist.
2.0. No, I really went crazy with it. My guy has like combed over dreads that are teal. It's got a face mask on, fucking face tats and shit.
Oh,
Looks just like me.
yeah. For those of you who haven't seen Ryan's face,
So, audio podcast.
Yeah,
Audio podcast. You
Looks
don't know
just
any
like
better.
me.
looks just like me. So, yeah, I thought all that was really cool. The levels look really nice. I actually texted Troy because I was playing in the warehouse level, and I was like, man, the warehouse looks good, and I like playing it, but I really wish they would have stuck to the layout of the first one a little bit better, stuck to the layout of the original a little bit better. And I was playing the first 3 maps of the first game, so Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. And I made it to the 3rd level, and then I was like, well, I'm going to move on. I'm going to play some of the ones from 2 that I remember. So I started off doing that in the second game. And I texted Troy, and I was like, oh, that was my bad. I was remembering hangar, not warehouse. So I was playing the wrong level. Fucking idiot.
From the wrong game.
Yes, from the wrong game. Because I
I
don't
don't say. I'm pretty sure they kept it to a T.
Yeah, I don't think that I played very much of 1. Like, I think I played 1 on the PlayStation over at my cousin's house. Because I remembered school, but not so much the warehouse. So yeah, I got the first 3 levels unlocked on each game, and then I played a couple custom levels as well. And it kind of makes me feel like I'm playing Trials in a lot of ways, because similar to the structure of the first games, you start the level, you got a timer ticking down, you've got to complete X things in the level. So you collect skate, knock the barrels down, break the boxes, that kind of stuff, find the secret tape.
Score 5,000 points in one trick.
Yeah, score 5,000 in one trick, and then there's also 3 tiers of high score. So it's, amateur, pro, expert, or whatever the fuck the tiers are. And then so in the second game, the 3rd level is a competition level, and that's where I got stuck. So that's where I texted Troy, and I was like, this game's so fucking hard. God damn it. I think I only remember playing it with cheats when I was a kid. Because I don't remember it being this difficult. I just remember floating in the air and spinning forever.
Not
getting
spins.
9 million in one fucking trick or whatever the fuck.
not the spins were the best.
So in the competition level of the second game, you're put into a skate park and you have to compete against AI other characters. So you're not skating at the same time, but you have 3 runs, and then it's the best of 3 runs, and each run is scored by a list of judges. So you have a list of 6 or whatever judges. You can't see them. You can't affect their scores of you other than doing cool shit while you're playing the level. So you start off and you do a run, and each run is only a minute. So you have a minute to put together your best run, and then they take the best 2 of those 3 runs. And if you fall off your board, you get minus. I don't think you get minus points, but you do lose scoring with the judges. And I cannot stay on that fucking skateboard to save my goddamn life. Jesus Christ. I mean, I tried adjusting the camera. I tried like restructuring, because within the level, you can redo your character skill points without needing to revert back to the main page. So you can just hit start and customize that shit on the fly as you need to.
Take away points and add.
Yeah, so like, okay, I'm not going to do any lip grabs in this run.
Yeah.
So I'll put all those into air points so I can stay, like, my hang time and my air are higher. And that's also, you can do that. And it's not just in the competition run. You can do that in each level too. So like, say you're doing a run where you're trying to get to the hidden level, but to make that to get to that hidden level, you've got to make this crazy jump. Well, making that crazy jump's way fucking easier if you can float in the air. So you can adjust those skill points on the
Take
fly.
everything off of everything else and just
Yeah,
put
like
it
I'm
all
not
in
gonna do
air.
any grinding. I don't need that shit. So put it all into speed, air, and hang time, and you can make that jump a lot easier. But going back to the
Sounds like
competition
you're
thing,
using cheats.
it is a little bit cheating for sure. For sure, I'm definitely a little bit cheating, but it's not game breaking, and so I still get my achievements here and there. So I tried for probably a good hour and a half. To string together
3 1-minute
three
runs.
runs, 1 minute apiece, where I didn't fall off the fucking skateboard, and I could not do it. And partially, it's because I said last week on last week's episode, I got the Elite Series 2. So it has been a really good controller, great for Rage to beat that game with the controller. But in Tony Hawk, that controller's fucking me hard, man. So in Tony Hawk, the controls, you press A to like sprint or whatever the fuck on the skateboard. You like crouch down.
You load the board, basically.
Hold your speed.
Yeah, you load the board to use a skateboarding term that I know. And you crouch down and your character goes fast. But my face A button on my on my Elite controller has a problem where it'll just stop doing that. So every once in a while I'm skating, I'll ollie because you hold it down to sprint and you let off to jump. So every once in a while I'll jump and I didn't mean to jump.
Can you just use
do a kickflip?
The trigger button?
I probably could. I could try.
If you're that good, then you can use those buttons.
Yeah, like I
'Cause let me
probably
tell
I've mapped anyways, so I could probably try that. I haven't yet. But
It would
yeah,
probably still ollie just because it doesn't like you.
especially in that competition, like I was so angry at that fucking game. I'm sure there are controls I could change it to where whatever different button it does, instead of the A button, it's a different button. But this is super common with the Elite Series 2s where the face buttons just don't work.
So
Like they're accidental button presses, accidental button let-offs.
I mean,
What the fuck?
Elite
They have
Series
this
2
fixed.
are made
Aren't those
to not
really
use those.
expensive?
They are very
They are.
expensive.
You're made not to use those buttons. That's
So
what
they
for on
should
the back
still
bar.
work.
Yeah, how does it not work? They made
don't even use them.
100,000 controllers where this worked. And now their latest, newest, most expensive fucking controller has face buttons that don't fucking work. It doesn't make sense. It's killing my runs in Tony Hawk.
He's jumping when he should be running.
Oh man. So yeah, like I said, probably an hour and a half I tried that competition. Never took better than fourth. So the goal of the competition is to medal. All I have to do is get third. And I took fourth every fucking time.
Rough.
And like,
Is there only 4?
no, you're skating against 8 players or whatever the fuck.
There's only 4 people who are like, I only got 4th.
I mean, but it doesn't matter. Like, and to move on to the next.
You ain't first, second, or third.
Yeah, you're last. So to move on to the next fucking map or whatever, the next level, I've got to get 1 medal. So, and that's specifically in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, to move on to the New York level, I have to get 1 medal. The only way you can medal is by doing the competition. You can't go back to the other ones and like, okay, I'm going to go get a high score on the hangar map. Well, it doesn't fucking count. It's not a medal. It's whatever the fuck that thing is. I don't know.
Have you tried a different controller?
You gotta try it.
It's so expensive. I just wanted to use the expensive one. It feels nice. Like it's still a really nice feel to the
Can
controller.
you get them to like fix it or exchange it? I mean, if your buttons aren't working.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Best Buy warranty or whatever, and I'm sure it's still under Microsoft's stupid ass warranty that lasts 30 fucking days and it's already broken. But goddamn, I was getting mad at that fucking game. So I went back and I did a couple runs on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and all of that. Like, they nailed the feel of this game. They nailed everything about the nostalgia in this game. So when I first fired it up, you get like
It said cool borders. No.
It didn't say that.
Dang.
It does not even give you the Neversoft
Oh,
logo.
that's what I was about to ask.
Oh, the one with the eye going through.
In the hangar level, you do see the Neversoft logo though, like up above a certain part. I'm like with the eye thing. Yeah, that's so good.
That was just
When this game was revealed, we talked about that fucking Neversoft logo being so iconic.
Dang.
But Vicarious Visions made this game along with Beanox. Together, they kind of remastered this. And yeah, when you first fire it up, you get a cutscene, basically a startup scene, and they are showing full frame, like 4:3 aspect ratio, skaters skating. They've got it all like CRT style with like scan lines, and all that looks really nice. And they do show like cuts of what the original game looks like, or games looked like. And then as you progress through that, like the frame gets widescreen and like the graphics get a lot better. And some of it's actually like true life footage of like Tony Hawk and some of the skaters skating. And then like all the scan lines go away and the glitch lines are gone. And then like that leads into the remastered logo for the first two games. And like I had the biggest smile on my face. Like this is fucking great. All of this looks really nice. And I did the tutorial. The tutorial is really informative to like remember how to fucking play these games, because I didn't remember
how to play Skate. I have Tony Hawk's a little further back.
Right. And I mostly played 2X on the N64. I played the shit out of that game when I was a kid. And
those controls were way different than the ones for the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Yeah, were they? I don't know.
I mean,
like
just the way the buttons work on an N64 was way different than.
I find myself switching back and forth from the thumbstick to the D-pad, but I think I'm gonna set myself like go on the D-pad, because the D-pad feels really nice to use. For nailing tricks, you have to do certain D-pad combinations. Yep. So like you can change, you have a special meter that you can activate during your runs, and you can change your specials. You got 5 that you can program in, and it's like, okay, go vertical in the air off of a jump, and then press down up B. And that's your special, like one of your special moves. It's always 2 D-pad presses in X directions, and then a face button, usually B or Y, to activate your special moves. And you can swap those out. And they have different point values too. So like the one that I did as my default special for my main character was the pizza delivery man. Mm-hmm. So you go up in the air, I press up, down, B, and like I grab my skateboard and hold it out like this, like I'm holding out a pizza box, and then I put it back under me and land the trick when I fucking land it. Most of the time, I definitely don't. It does take a while for that like particular animation.
Have some good airtime. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So the more airtime a trick requires, the higher point value it is to score that trick. And there are other specials too. Like they're not all go up in the air and activate the special. Like some of them are grinds. Some of them are lip tricks where you stall or whatever on the corner of a jump. And that was cool. So like each individual character, so Tony Hawk has his own, Bob Burnquist has his own, Kareem Campbell has his own. I think the most disappointing thing about Tony Hawk so far is that I can't play as Lil Wayne. So
was Bam Margera in the other ones or no?
I think he was an underground.
He was an underground.
Yeah, I don't think he made it into 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
he would have been really young when they made.
for
2.
sure.
He was in Tony Hawk's Underground too. But yeah.
So they brought back all the original skaters as well as like a handful of like a new breed of skater. And in the introduction video, they go through all of the skaters, and they got film of Tony Hawk doing Tony Hawk shit, skateboarding.
900.
Yeah. And he's so old.
Yeah.
He is.
He's so old. Him and Eric Costin and even Kareem Campbell.
Did you watch the thing where they talked about this game and like where they went back and were talking to them like now, and how they're going back and remaking this game. And some of the skaters were like, I hated making this game.
Oh, really?
I hated it. I didn't want anything to do with it, and Tony just talked me into it. And it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right, like I don't know skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a super fan. Like I watch.
I mean,
the X
real
Games, I don't know,
skateboard
does that
fans
count?
probably don't know who Kareem Campbell is, but we do.
right. That's a good point. It's a good.
Rune Glifberg. Yep, I know that
Yep,
guy.
I do know that name because of Tony Hawk. Absolutely. I wouldn't know it without Tony Hawk.
Elissa
certainly.
Steamer. Like,
Yeah.
how do I know who she is? Because you see her in real life, and it doesn't seem like the one in the video game. Let me tell you.
Sure. I don't know. But yeah, they nailed the feel of this game. I think it plays a lot faster than the old games probably did.
It would have to.
I don't remember like just your character traveling this fast through the level. And like I did manipulate my stats a little bit to make my ground speed faster and my air higher and stuff like that to try and maximize some of my trick points. And even doing that, I couldn't make that competition thing work, which was a bummer. But I'm having fun unlocking the special parts of the levels and figuring that stuff out. Remembering here and there things about it from when I was a kid. And then I did have to look up, some tutorials on where to find those things and how to unlock certain things. Like some of those are super specific to get into, like the thing that I was reading for collecting the stat points, because that's how you level up your character, or I guess not level up, but that's how you improve your character's attributes, is in each level. There are 2 to 4 stat points where you can just find them hanging about. Some of those are in hidden parts of the level that you have to do certain things to access those parts of the level. And for instance, in the school level, School 2 in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, you have to grind part of a rail while a bell is going off, and you have to be at the end of that rail by the end of the bell. So in order to make that happen, you have to increase your, I increase my grind thing so I wouldn't fall off the fucking rail. And then I also increased the speed of my character to make sure that I made it to that point in the level by the time that bell was going off. And that was the only way I made it. I tried it 4 times without increasing the speed. Like my character literally wasn't traveling fast enough to make it to that point before that bell went off. So I was reading a thing it was like, okay, access the gymnasium. Like, motherfucker, how do I access? That door's shut. How do I get in that fucking door? And that's when I looked up, like, how do I get in the fucking gymnasium to even find these stat points? So yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and 1 are really cool. Some of the created levels I didn't really care for. There's a free skate mode where you can do some sort of multiplayer that I really haven't checked out yet. I like it. I'm in. Like it scratches the itch that Trials scratches for me. And I didn't realize actually how similar those games are.
I need to buy it.
Yes, you should absolutely buy it. You need to play this fucking game.
And is it cross save for new gen, next gen? Is it like so? I don't want to buy.
know.
I'm worried about buying it and then having to start over when I have my Xbox.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, at least if you're playing on Xbox, all those save files live in the cloud.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So you won't have to worry about any sort of save transfers or anything like that.
Okay,
Anything that's backwards compatible to the Series X and the Series S. I got it that time.
Yeah.
At least on Xbox, all of that stuff will just work.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Because I do want to buy it. Kind of want to get it when I get home. We just
You should fuck around with it. It's
like
cool.
I was either thinking this game or PGA Tour. I want both.
Sure.
PGA Tour, I'd be able to play with my brother. I like PGA Tour games a lot.
Those are
I really do. They're
Those
really
are fun games.
Yeah,
I don't like golf, and I like PGA.
I love golf. I didn't like golf until I started playing PGA games. And then I was like, well, what if I did it in real life? Oh, it's way more fun in real life.
I
like golf.
So wait, on a disc golf game, I guess I'll have to stick with Windjammers.
Yeah, I
used to
got
play Tiger Woods PGA
I found
Tour.
a bring home version of Golden Tee where you hold the little thing in your hand and then swipe the little scroll wheel.
Okay.
Dude,
Dude,
that was awesome.
that's pretty legendary.
Just to have it at home.
Yeah.
Whenever you want it. Just. I can remember being in an arcade and how far you think I can hit it?
10 feet.
we do that in real life, and it's
Swing and
called
a
the
miss.
drive range.
Go to your home. Fucking ball. That was Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, I guess.
Was it?
Yeah.
Go to your home, son of a bitch, Paul. You don't let your home. You too good for your home.
Piece of monkey shit. So good.
The price is wrong, Bobby.
Bitch.
I've watched the
edited
Looks like
version.
you've
the-
had enough.
Made for cable TV.
yeah,
cable
the cable TV version
Yeah.
way too many times.
You're in trouble, little pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
Shoot him again.
So fucking good.
It is. There's so much
That
to like about
and,
Happy
and
Gilmore.
Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Both.
I like that one.
I've never seen Billy
You
Madison
need
all the
to.
way through.
You need to.
Just
Wow.
saying that
is better. It goes on the hair. Conditioner is better.
I'm looking at.
Okay, Phil. We're gonna touch on your Far Cry 6 story.
Yes.
Tell
so
us real quick.
I on Twitter I follow Cheap Ass Gamer, which
Okay.
everyone should. It's fantastic. But this was the first time I got to get a price error.
Okay.
So I've seen them all the time. I'm sure we've all seen price errors, and I've never been able to get one. So I'm just randomly on Twitter, like 5 minutes before I had gotten on Twitter, this happened. Cheap Ass Gamer is like, hey, Amazon is doing Far Cry 6, the Steelbook Special Edition on PlayStation 5 for $60. And everybody's like, huh? And there was like 5 people commenting, and I'm like, I go and I'm like, well, the other thing is like, it looks cool. So it's the Steelbook, Season Pass, pre-order DLC, maybe something else. I don't fully remember. $60, and Amazon has their pre-order price guarantee where you get it and that's it. So I'm like, fuck it. So I have a PS5 game pre-ordered. I got it in like less than an hour after I put my order in. That was taken down. It might have even been like, I want to say maybe it was like 20 minutes after. I like just got in there. And so it went down for like 2 days and came back up and it was 109.
Nice.
Just like the other version.
Steel.
Sweet.
I go back to mine, $60 locked in.
Sweet.
So,
Nice. I need to do that.
Yeah.
I need to go on that. Is that a Reddit account? Or
no, Twitter.
Twitter account?
I mean, it's just
There's probably
around,
one on
but
Reddit.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I'll
just,
probably just follow it. Reddit.
Cheap Ass Gamer, they are really good for that stuff.
Awesome.
Try to get some
And
Xbox
they also
deals.
kind of have some good memes.
Yeah.
Because like they'll show the deals and they usually have like a meme picture instead of the actual game.
Right.
So it's really funny. But yeah, so I'm actually really pumped for 6
Yeah.
now. I mean, I enjoy the Far Cry game. Like I loved 5. I loved 5.
Yeah.
I've been playing since 2,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed 2. It kind of was in this weird stage of being like good and clunky, and I loved the fire, which burn everything because you could make one tiny fire and then just watch as the entire Sahara is on fire, and then you're like, oh, malaria. And then
What just happened there?
that's what happens in the game.
Far Cry 2, you have malaria. That's
Yeah.
a running thing. You've got to like bandage yourself and prevent your malaria from fucking killing you.
Well, no, you have
throughout
to.
the game.
You have to take pills,
Whatever it is, yeah.
and then
That's
well,
so
you do
stupid.
still do the bandage thing and like pull stuff out. But yeah, it's interesting. Like it was
Yeah.
kind of. It was never too much because it only happened every few hours, so it wasn't like all the time. And then you would just go on a mission for someone and they'd give you more pills.
We've already talked about this, Phil. Yeah, let's move on from there. We've already covered.
Shut the
Far
fuck
Cry.
up. We talked about that
Can we
before.
take a break before?
Yes, let's take a
pee.
break.
Sorry.
We'll be right back
I'm a failure.
with some more shit.
Fuck. If you like podcasts, check a look at these guys.
I'm Harrison. And I'm Jordan. And we're the Grief Burrito Podcast. Do you want to listen to the #1 gaming podcast on Podchaser? Of course you do.
Wait, is that us? Did you check that?
There's comedy, gaming, and movies. Join us every Wednesday on the Grief Burrito Podcast. Fuck. No, I'd panic.
All right, and we're back from break, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us here. We're going to move right into the news time.
The freaking news latte.
It's news time.
Best news of the year.
Best news of the year.
The century.
Xbox Series X and S launching on November 10th for $499 and $299.
Accidentally leaked.
Xbox wins.
Well, we don't know yet.
They're going
I
to.
guess, sure.
Sony's probably like, shit, we got to price ours $100 lower. Can we afford to do that? Spider-Man made us enough money, right?
Costs more than the Series S.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, that goddamn controller, fucking Microsoft. So, yeah, this dropped within the last few hours here. The leak happened yesterday. As of the recording, the Series S was leaked officially by Thurrott.com, and then they finally just said, "Fuck it, we're talking about the price. We'll come out and say it. The Xbox Series X $499 and Series S at $299." Yes. So they both are running the same CPU. There was some conjecture that they wouldn't. But they have different GPUs, and that's primarily the difference. So the same velocity architecture in the Series S, but the pricing difference comes from the reduced GPU.
And no disc reader.
Correct. Yes. Sorry. Thank you, Colin. Disk drive not available in the
Bye-bye.
S.
Any smaller. Lot smaller.
Smallest Xbox they've ever made.
I saw a guy comment on
Official.
On a post, and I think it was Twitter, and he goes, thanks, Xbox. He's like, my kids have been getting on my PC all the time. I'm going to get them an S just to stick them in another room so they stop messing with my stuff. I was like, awesome.
That's perfect.
Great.
So, coming off that news, there were also reports that the Seagate licensed expansion drive that is coming for the S and the X will be $220.
Ooh, that's crazy.
That is a lot of money for only a 1 terabyte expansion drive.
But it's got the NVMe.
Yeah, it's an NVMe. It's an Xbox because Seagate makes the drive that's in the Xbox.
Yeah.
So it's basically
Another one of those,
It's
right?
another one of those hooked up to the system, so you get 2 terabytes worth of
It's a
storage.
special plug.
It is a special proprietary plug.
Yeah.
250, you said?
220.
220.
Which is
what they're
more than
saying.
half of the S.
Yes.
That's almost
You
the
could
price of the S.
almost buy 2 next-gen Xboxes for the price of that fucking expansion drive. So I know when they were talking
They'll run
about
out of
this,
space.
I thought 150 was going to be like the kind of sweet spot for that.
I think
At
anything
220, I think it's maybe too much for me.
anything that is additional, like a controller or any of that, 150 is like the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think so too.
Peripheral.
You're
that's
getting
the word I
close
was
to the
looking for.
price of the console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
For sure.
Do we talk about the price of the X?
So
Series X. Yeah, he said
Series X,
$499,
yeah, $499.
yeah. So what do you guys think about that? The series
memes were great.
the speaker box memes for the S. Is that what you're talking about?
freaking meme that Xbox posted when it leaked.
Oh yeah.
That was
okay.
fucking
They
amazing.
posted, I don't know where the meme originated from, some old TV show.
The
Like
little
a monkey
like-
puppet or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like looking at the camera, then looks away. And then Flex Seal commented.
Yeah.
And they like put a little,
We
like
got
it was
the
him
signal.
putting the tape over the water. And so we got the signal. They said thank you. And then EA, well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we can go on to that.
Yeah, and then EA was talking with Xbox on
With
it.
Game Pass,
With
yeah.
Game Pass on a Twitter post.
They were using the social media to the
It was
maximum.
so
this
funny
week.
too. They're like, hey EA, how would you feel about
Bringing your games over.
Bringing your games over to Xbox? And they're like, wait, so you mean like add them to the Game Pass service that you already have going and have this many like 100+ games that Xbox already has or whatever? They were just totally advertising it, and then Xbox was like, well, yeah, you stated that twice, but I'm guessing you're on board now. And they just keep EA
And then
just
it was
keeps
like,
going.
You're saying we can have our, and then it cut off.
Yeah, have our cake and eat it too. Yeah.
I mean, I think I understand it. It's because EA never changes. They just keep reusing the same thing over and over again. So that's why they kept repeating the tweet.
Oh, yeah.
I get it.
Okay.
That wasn't the reasoning, but that's what I'm saying it was.
EA and Game Pass.
So yeah,
are-
EA Play, which is EA's
It's
or
$10 a
Access.
month, right?
Did they change the name of that
EA
thing?
Access.
Okay.
It's EA Play now officially.
Is it?
What the
Okay.
name is? Yeah. It's EA Play next.
So EA Play, which is the formerly known as EA Access, which is a $5 a month service on top of what you already pay for Xbox. They have decided to roll that into Game Pass. So as if it's not enough of a deal already.
I wonder if it's like official today. Like, did anybody get on their Xbox?
I did not. I think it said launches later this month.
Okay.
So it's not, it is official, but it's not officially on there.
I've always seen the EA thing where it's like, oh, you get a deal on this EA game. And like in the store, and it's annoying. Is like, I don't have the EA thing. Why are you showing me that price?
Yeah, I don't know. I had EA Access at the beginning of this generation when they first launched that, and
before Game Pass was a thing.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, it's fine. So
It's fine. Everything's
if you really want to play EA games, they have had Mass Effect on there in the past, and there's some reports that we could get a remastered version of Mass Effect by the end of the year. So that would be cool, especially if that came to EA Play.
This is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Yes. Sure.
You never did that? In Mass Effect 2.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a mall in Mass Effect 2, and you can go to each store and get a discount. And you just lean forward, and he says, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store in the Citadel. And you can do that to each store, and then they give you a discount. And when you walk in the door, it goes, bing bong, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store in the Citadel.
Oh my God. No, I did.
Funny.
That's awesome.
It was like my favorite thing I think I ever did in that game.
No, I didn't do that. But I would be okay with that. I didn't realize that was a thing you could do. So, yeah, how do you guys feel about the $4.99 price, though? What do you think?
That's what I figured.
Am solid with that.
Yeah,
That's less than I paid for my. What was the Xbox One original when it first came out?
500. Right?
Yeah, it was 500 with the Kinect, and then immediately fucking drop that shit to
love my Kinect.
The
Be
$3.99
quiet.
to drop the Kinect.
I miss my Kinect.
I also miss it too. I miss talking to my Xbox.
Yes.
Like Xbox on.
You have friends now.
No,
I
like
don't.
just like
Hook up your Xbox.
when I'm
to
in my
Alexa.
kitchen, because
Yes.
my Xbox is always in the vicinity of my kitchen in both of the houses that we had, and just like walking in the door and being like, Xbox on, and having it turn on, and then Xbox go to Netflix.
Yes.
I can't
was
do
my-
that anymore.
That was my favorite thing.
Oh, actually, I can because
just
I
did it.
forgot I have my Kinect hooked
You
up
just
over
did it
there.
over there.
I just turned on my Xbox over there.
That's so funny.
Play high score or whatever it was.
There you go.
But that, like, from day one, that was the coolest thing. Walk into my room, Xbox on. Wait a minute. As I'm, putting my stuff away, getting comfortable, changing my clothes.
Right.
Xbox, go to whatever I want to play. And by the time I have my controller in my hand and sit down, it's ready to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, now with the SSDs, you just turn the button on and it'll be ready.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be an issue anymore
agree.
with SSDs, but like, fuck,
Just the way it worked, it was perfect.
it's magical, and they
pretty
took it
magical.
away.
But they're not having any kind of voice commands?
No, no.
That's what we thought the holes were on the top was a
yeah.
Cortana, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not even a
Like
light.
it even said one of the things was the S does not stand for speaker.
It looks like one.
So, as the resident PlayStation fan here, Philip, do you think Sony comes in at $4.99 or $3.99? And do you think that the S is enough to put a chink in whatever pricing structure Sony has going?
If the S was just diskless and didn't have some more downgrades per se, I'd say, but it's more just like Xbox is again just doing its ecosystem. So that'll just be some people will, some people won't. If the PlayStation is smart, which I fucking hope they are, they're obviously the reason that they didn't release the price right now is they are redoing everything. I imagine they were probably originally thinking around 600 for both.
Well, there was some conjecture today that we were going to get the price announcement for the Sony
which I'm
thing.
mad.
And that's
Yeah.
I feel like that's why Microsoft was like, you know what? Never mind. Just you guys want prices? Here they
And
are.
PlayStation might be, Sony might be worried right now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. Like, obviously,
Yeah, we're not insiders.
I think Sony's still going to
No.
sell more consoles. They just they
well,
always
this is
have.
the thing. This is the thing. They were both playing chicken 100%. Neither of them was going to give until the other person did. And then Xbox got leaked. The only reason this happened is because there was a leak, and then Microsoft's like, fuck it, fine. And then they just made a whole thing about it. So, you know, now the ball is in Sony's court because there's been no pricing. So if they're smart.
But is there any way they can beat that price, though?
I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it.
No.
Yeah.
It's too intricate of a design.
The thing, though, is if they already sell at a loss, so if they do go 400 and do sell at a loss, which they already do anyway, they all sell and they make it back up on everything else, then they are going to come out the gate very strong. Just like the same thing with what's happened last gen, the current gen, was with the Xbox One and the PS4. It went $100 cheaper,
but that was not. I mean, not to interrupt, but that was before. Like the S does everything the Series X is like the Xbox 360 Elite that came out like 2 years after the Xbox 360, or the Xbox Series or Xbox One X. I got it. Those are for
my nose is bleeding.
Those are for the people that are like mega gamers like us.
Right.
Where for anybody else, $299 is like, so I get into the next gen for $300 when you can't even buy a PS4 Pro for $300 now, brand new off the shelf.
That $300 price tag for that Xbox is the cheapest next gen console
ever
since like probably I think the N64 was $300.
Yeah.
Like holy fuck.
Now, I will say that does sound like a good idea for general consumers. The only problem is the general consumer that would run down to that price probably is going to want to go with something that has a disc because they're going to want to watch media on discs. I know there are a lot of people that love digital.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
Like most people now don't even buy movies; they just Netflix and Voodoo it up
and
like
start
everything.
losing all this stuff.
I've actually been renting through Family Video. I'm not gonna lie, I've been going there and renting because you get stuff for $1.
Are you watching digitally or are you watching it on a disc?
Okay. I've been doing that using the Blu-ray player on Xbox.
Yeah.
I've
now the thing
for
is,
$1 for a movie for a whole like 5 days. Heck yeah.
Do they still rent games there or no?
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Mm-hmm. I need to go rent some games.
General consumer. I know a lot of people stream, but I still know a lot of people that get media. And then in the next gen, we're getting the 4K, like Super HD Blu-ray trays now that we can then watch those updated. And there are people who don't have as much data to stream. There are still people who like discs like me. I'm never going to get away with discs. I like having the physical. And then the only thing that is a downside on the S is it is smaller on space. And then that expansion being 250 is a little... I don't know.
You don't have to have that expansion, though. Like, it was already said that you can use a regular SSD or USB stick.
No. Incorrect. So you do have to have that expansion drive that will not play Xbox Series games from anything other than that NVMe.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to house those games internally on that SSD in order to play them. You can store them on an external hard drive, but it will not play them from that hard drive. In order to play that game, you have to move it to your internal drive and play it.
Yeah.
So it will play any Xbox One game from the external, no problem, just like you do now.
That's where all of those games will stay.
Sure, you don't have to load any Xbox One games onto your fancy new NVMe hard drive, but motherfucker, you're gonna run out of space real fucking quick.
Yeah.
At a 4K game, you're talking probably 120 gigs.
Yeah.
Like
Call of Duty is insane.
Yeah.
There's just one right there, and that's
Call of Duty.
So
what is that? 120 gigs. Right
it's
now?
more than that. All the updates it's been having.
That's what the PC version is like. Mega
like 300 gigs right now.
With the Xbox and the PlayStation versions, they've found out real quick that they couldn't do that anymore. So they're doing the updates a different way where it deletes and re-downloads.
Yeah, deletes and re-downloads. Yeah. That's good.
I think that's a good baseline. I mean, it is less powerful. Mm-hmm. It still has the same CPU, so it can still play the same stuff, but I mean, I think they're already talking about like the better frame rates and stuff. It's 2K,
right? So it's not shooting for 4K; it's shooting for 2K.
So it's good for, again, like I said, there's a mix of general consumers that will get it and like it, but then there's also people that want disc tray. So like, it's a good area, and it's definitely smart to get more people in, because there are a lot of people that will pick it up and just be like, hey, cool, $2.99.
I mean, a lot of people that I saw on Twitter were like, well, I guess I'll get this instead of a Switch. Like, you can't find Switches right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to start gaming on next gen, $300 is not an unreasonable amount to spend.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Sony, like, how much is their discless version going to be? Like $100 less?
And again, I don't even think we know.
I was thinking 50. I don't know
if we know the
I'm thinking
hard
100.
drive difference in the discless version. I don't know
Oh, the
if they said
PlayStation?
that.
No, I think it's the exact same. PlayStation is going to
Yeah, they said it was the
exact same
same.
specs, just without the disc tray.
Yep.
I don't know if I've seen them say the hard drive size of the discless yet.
They said it's the exact same console. It just doesn't have a disc
I'll have to
tray.
look it up because I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I hadn't. So
Either
I-
50 or $100. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's $100,
I would not go for it.
No.
Because for the disc, for the one,
I don't
for
need the disc tray.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I wouldn't go for the upgraded one. I'd go obviously the cheaper
If it's
one,
the exact same and I can get one without a disc tray for cheaper, I'm getting it without a disc tray. I don't need a fucking disc.
Exactly.
Then we can't share.
I guess I'll get the disc one.
I get the Jeez.
I mean, I'm gonna be the one buying more games on it.
Let's talk about the.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Let's talk about the financing that Xbox is offering.
Okay,
So
yeah, the
good
Xbox
idea.
All
$35 for the Xbox Series X All
Right.
Access, which gives you Game Pass and EA Play for 2 years.
Right.
So you're technically paying like more for the console than you're supposed to, but at the same time, you're also not.
So you're also not.
Yeah.
I did some of this
You did
math
some of the
earlier
math.
with you guys. So at a $500 buy-in for the Series X, you start at $500. So then you multiply 15 for Game Pass Ultimate times 24. And then if you also add in the $5 times 24 for EA Access,
if
EA Play.
if that's what the
Wait,
prices
I
are going to
thought
be, though,
that's
15
already
and
in it.
5.
It is, but I'm just saying, if you bought all three of those services, all three of those things separately,
But it wouldn't even be separate at the time, right? Because it's just being moved into Game Pass, isn't it?
listen,
Or is it all
fucker, I did the math.
Hold on, I'm
Here
just
we are. We're
wondering.
doing the math.
Just let us do the math.
That's
This would
nine,
be even cheaper.
That's
This was before we knew.
$980. That was before we knew.
Okay.
So now, so that comes to $980. So if you take out the EA Play pricing, you come to $860 without EA Play. So take $35, multiply it by 24, you get $840. So you are still saving $20 by financing and
that's
not
like
paying
no
them up
interest.
front.
It's no interest.
You're not paying anything in interest.
Yeah.
So
You're very close.
why the fuck would you not do this?
Yeah.
Like, I have the money up front to just pay
Yeah,
for the
but
console.
you're not going to.
But like, why wouldn't I
wonder
do
if
this?
you can pay any of it like in advance, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you get 2 years. So what if you just like you say, "Oh, sign up for the financing"? but
2
then-
years locks you into the contract.
Locks
So
you
you
into the
have
contract.
to pay the $35
You have
a
to
year.
pay it off.
But can you pay it off in advance?
I think.
is what I'm
I
saying.
think you can.
I don't think so.
With,
So like
with
when you
mine, I
finance it-
could.
You could.
Yeah.
Because with anything,
Mine was through.
obviously
Mine was
paid off.
through Dell Preferred though,
Okay.
so it was different. Mine was literally a credit line through Dell. So they called it EA or Xbox All Access.
Right.
But then when I went to the store, they're like, "Let me run your credit, and we'll give you what you can spend."
Okay.
So in that, but you basically get 0 interest for 2 years on all of whatever you spent. I had like $1,000 or more in credit line that I just had to pay off in 2 years.
Okay.
So I ended up with the 1X, the Duke controller, and something else, plus the 2 years of Game Pass and the 2 years of Live, because it was before they rolled it into one.
Right.
And then which was really cool because when they rolled it into one, I'm now good till like 2022.
Yeah. Yeah, I just keep extending that because you can buy. So if you are a savvy gamer,
Yeah.
a cheap ass gamer, as it were, you can get
us a
those
shout out,
prepaid
guys.
those prepaid cards for $25. They regularly go on sale for $25 for a 3-month prepaid ultimate card. So I keep buying those and extending out my
Yeah.
prepaidness to my Game Pass Ultimate. So right now I'm out to June of 2023. And like, as long as they keep selling those cards, I'm never going to pay $15 a month. Fuck you. Like, keep giving me the deals. I'm going to keep capitalizing on those deals. I'm never going to not have that.
That's the thing is, technically, I paid for 2 years of those two, but then it actually bundled them together and gave me extra on top of that. And I mean, when I buy this 2 years again, I'm going to get another 2 years on top of that 2 years.
So be careful with that, because I know it'll max out at 3.
Yeah.
So it will not let you extend beyond 2.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I have no, like, if I'm getting the payment plan one.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's true. You'll be locked in for 2 years regardless.
With the way it worked for when I went to the Microsoft store and did it, which doesn't exist anymore, and I'm really sad about that. But how it worked then was literally you grabbed a 2-year Game Pass and a 2-year Xbox Live card off their shelf and took them home with you. And then put them in.
Yeah.
It's not like it is now, where I think if you stop paying, they're going to take that stuff back.
Right.
Where this, now that's how they would do it now. They just say, well, you don't get your live or your ultimate or whatever. With mine, it was like, well, you're going to pay interest, like 30% interest on everything forever.
Damn.
So we didn't miss
pretty good financing too.
As long as you don't miss a payment, you're good.
But
I never let banks collect interest off. Never have. Never will.
If you were,
unless it's like a car payment.
Yeah.
If you were to get the $500 Xbox and you buy those prepaid cards, that total comes to like $700.
Yeah.
Which is a $160 savings over the course of 2 years if you did that. So it is possible to get those things for cheaper without doing the $35 a month plan.
Still not bad though.
It's still not bad. $35.
They could roll that out and then drop the price. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of shitty.
Right.
But
no, the price will drop before the 2 years is up. 100%. It will.
So $35 a month for the Series X and $25 a month for the Series S.
So $10 extra a month for the discless and better graphics, better gaming performance.
Right. I don't know.
For the disc.
Not for the disc, sorry. For the disc.
So that all access deal is,
dude, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, that's kind of the way to go for a lot of people, I think.
It's gonna. That's where I'm gonna go. I mean, it's gonna be another subscription service.
Right.
That's the way the world's going right now. It's freaking cable.
For sure.
I'll do it.
I mean, they're being smart with just doing an ecosystem and getting people in just for good price and value, and you can at least have next gen and get all the multiplats and stuff. I mean, I don't know crazy on the exclusives, and it's seeming that Sony's plan right now is going to be try to maximize on exclusives, which is what I've been hearing from a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I like the launch, and again, it's in their court, so if they do things smart, we'll just have to see. I mean, I'm hoping they don't do something stupid, because I want this to be good, and in the end, hopefully, if it makes Sony competitive, then the price there's better. I mean, I don't think they're going to pull a PS3, because that blew up in their face of trying to make it and be expensive.
That was so long ago. I don't think a $600 console is so bad anymore. You know, that
The
was
only
the
thing-
PS3.
It's understandable.
When was that? 2009?
Six or seven.
Yeah, way.
I think it was 7, because the Xbox 360 was 6, right?
I think so. Yeah, so it's probably
PS3 was
2007. This is a year later. So yeah, in 2007, a $600 console, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Now,
But I think
now
a
when-
$600 console is fairly reasonable.
However,
However,
PS5 is not stronger than the Series X. They're fairly comparable in terms of what they're actually going to do.
Yeah.
But I
Except
don't think
for the speed of that SSD,
Yes.
which we have seen
Is
fucking
insane.
expensive too.
Yep.
Not only is it insanely fast, but it's also probably very expensive.
I don't see a way. I don't see a way them going more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My hope is they go less to undercut like they did last time, because that fucking worked.
Yeah. I don't think
And
they
I
need
mean-
to though. It's Sony. People are gonna buy PlayStation more than they buy Xbox.
I mean,
don't
again,
think
even
Xbox
if it is
is gonna come out on
$600, I'm still going to buy it because, you know, but I would want it to be a better deal, and I want them to be smart. And I know that they're going to get a lot of shit. I mean, of course, people assume that, but if they do 600, I don't think that's going to be as good.
What if we get the PS5 at 600 and the discless PS5 at 500?
Ooh, that's rough.
That's rough.
The Xbox Series S might, like you said,
It'll just eat
You
all
could buy
those.
2 of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
for the price.
Now, I'm not saying that's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
My best bet is that it's either going to be the PS5 is $499 and then the discless is $400, or it's going to be $399 for the regular PS5 and then their discless is $300. They do that.
There's no way. There's no way.
$399?
No.
Dude, like I said, that design for the PlayStation 5 just looks expensive.
Yeah.
What they did with the controllers, like,
Again, they're going to be selling at a loss anyway. So if they get everyone in,
Motherfucker, they will go under as a company.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, they're not going to do that.
I mean,
There's
they've
way.
been selling under for the PS4s the entire time, and all them games they sold so much because they get people in. I don't know.
I don't think they can afford to do the things that Xbox is doing with the Game Pass and the and the EA.
But that's
thing.
not what they're going for.
I know that's not what they're going for,
console.
but I think that's how
People
Xbox
in
is
for
going to take the
exclusives.
cap for with money, speaking
Like-
money wise.
Xbox is just a better consumer deal altogether.
Currently, it is.
Well, currently, as far as we know, yes.
But I mean, even with
By the time
Sony's
this
not
episode
gonna
is
have
released, we could be wrong.
Sony's not going to have
So-
a Xbox Game Pass type of deal.
No,
They won't,
we don't know.
but they won't.
They do have PlayStation Now,
Yeah.
Which they've been slowly making better.
but it still kind of
Slowly,
sucks.
yeah. I agree. They need to just roll that into PlayStation Plus
Yes.
because PlayStation Plus has not been doing enough. And maybe with seeing Xbox being like, "Hey,
How
we're
much
just
is
gonna put
PlayStation Plus?
You can get
I
it for
think it's
40 a
60.
year. It's 60 a year regularly. You
It's
can
on.
get
It is
for
on.
40.
It is on sale a lot, which I buy it. When
I'm
it's
just
on
going to
sale.
buy a month of it so I can play my friend's PlayStation. But
You know, if you make an account, you can try it for
well, I'm going to use my account. I have an account on PlayStation.
Yeah, I did too.
it's $10
Yeah, I
for a
have one
month, so it's
too,
not
from the
terrible
PS3.
for a month.
Yep.
PS3 rip.
So I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do. I'm sure right now they are shifting gears because
Yep.
if they weren't shifting, they probably would have said something because everybody's like, "Dude, say something," and they're like,
No.
"Hey, by the way, 25 years ago the PS1 dropped." That's about it. It's cool.
So pre-orders go live for this on September 22nd for the Xbox anyways, for the S and the X, Series S and Series X.
Yes.
Placing that.
We got a glimpse at the launch lineup: Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Tetris Effect Connected, Gears Tactics, all moved to release dates for November 10th to match the release date of the console. There are
Oh, got pushed, right?
Halo got put.
Halo is indefinite. To
Yeah, because I
2021.
don't know if you guys saw that trailer, but it was rough.
Those memes were
Say
great.
that, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah, we
potato quality.
talked
let's
about
work
that.
on that. So
So
I mean, at least
yeah.
they're pushing it to hopefully make it better instead of just letting it be a dumpster fire.
Yeah, no dumpster fires allowed here. Tetris Connected looks super cool. I am intrigued about that game. I believe that's a Ubisoft game. All of the Ubisoft games got moved up in terms of launch date that were holiday, now launching with the
Vol Holiday.
Valhalla. If I didn't already own that on PC, I would probably get it on the X, but I got it for free.
I am still almost betting that
I got to get on the
fucking tomorrow is going to be the announcement for the PS5.
And that could be.
We missed it by a day.
So we're gonna move on from that a little bit. Had a pretty good chat there. Signing into Game Pass, game streaming will not sign you out of Xbox Live.
Oh, that was so annoying.
Yes.
So what do you mean by that? Because
So when you are on your Xbox One,
Okay.
and you sign into Game Pass
On your phone?
on your phone to
Yeah.
do streaming, it signs you out of your Xbox.
okay,
Because you can't do both of those things at the same time. So they are changing the way that works at the launch of the streaming service, which is on the 12th, I think. So pretty soon here.
Ooh,
That officially launches for everybody on Android.
So you were like,
who
in
wants
beta?
it?
Android.
Yeah, we're still in
Been beta
technically
for
in beta
a
right now.
while.
So I believe that change is coming by the time it actually launches. So you will be able to watch Netflix or whatever the fuck on your regular Xbox. You'll only be able to play one game at a time still.
Okay.
So you'll still be locked to one game. And yeah, I think that's fair for sure.
It's like you could be playing. Wait, so you're technically streaming on your Xbox, so someone is watching Netflix. So they're watching Netflix, and there's also a game running in the background of Netflix.
No.
You're streaming from the
That's
cloud.
Game streaming. Console streaming.
I see.
But game streaming from
The cloud.
the cloud.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So much data.
I don't know about console streaming yet.
I would say no.
I'm not. Probably not.
Because console streaming, you literally can watch Netflix on your console on your phone.
right.
It's not.
Right.
Do
It's
both.
not pretty.
It's not great. I
But
wouldn't
you can
recommend
do
it. You can do it.
Why wouldn't you just go to the
Still-
Netflix app on your
still-
phone? I don't know.
You still can't stream backwards compatible games.
Yeah.
So I hope by the time the 10th rolls around, they have fucking figured that out, because that is very annoying.
It's probably like Xbox 360, Xbox original. Because if the Xbox Series X comes out, I don't think Xbox One games
right.
are
Right.
are have an issue with doing.
I would imagine not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah. Right now, you
figured,
can't
but-
play 360 and original Xbox games via console
Black Ops
streaming.
1, I can't stream that? What? Come on. Sucks.
So we had a big Call of Duty thing today.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of it. The Treyarch and Activision talked about the multiplayer reveal.
Yeah.
They had a bunch
Treyarch
of
does
streamers.
so much. Like they go so deep.
They went hard.
Like- did, too.
Like everything on the in that whole room that Vaughn was standing in was like from that time period.
Yeah.
Like original. It looks like it's original. They probably added screens to it to make it look like it was.
They built a whole set for
Yeah.
those of you that didn't watch this thing.
Crazy.
They
was
built an
awesome.
entire set to talk about Call of Duty multiplayer.
Yes.
Zombies?
No.
No zombies.
They didn't talk
Zombies
about
did not
zombies. They
announce
talked about
zombies.
multiplayer.
But
Fucking
it looks pretty
idiots.
cool.
Go ahead.
Zombies.
I'm pretty
trolls
excited.
here.
I'm sad that they didn't mention anything about bringing back Nuketown
Yeah.
because they rumored
Yeah.
it.
Usually.
Maybe we'll see. It'll probably be like another DLC, like, oh, coming up in DLC, Nuketown,
I think
1983, which will
it'll
just be
be-
Black Ops 1.
It'll be freaking. It'll be the pre-order bonus is you get new.
Oh, for sure.
free, Like
Yeah.
like
got it.
Well,
was that,
all the
Black
maps
Ops
are
2?
free anymore
Yeah.
because of the battle pass.
yeah, but
like how they
you
brought
get it
back Rust from Modern
early
Warfare.
if you pre-order.
Right. Right.
Get some Monster Energy drinks and there'll be a code on the back and it gives you Nuketown.
By the way, you can't get the codes on the cans anymore. They tried to do that with Halo.
That'd be on the bottle.
You have to scan you have to have your receipt and you take a picture of your receipt and send it to Monster to get your code for double XP because they had so many people that would just steal the code off the can and not buy the can.
Yeah.
That's why it's better when it's bottles because you have to open it.
So
True.
that multiplayer thing, you sent it in the group chat, Colin, and I checked in with it.
I watched the whole thing.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I did tune in exactly when they were talking about the Miami map.
Oh man.
Holy fuck.
It looks cool.
It looks so fucking good. God damn it. I was gonna skip Call of Duty, and I still might.
You
But
won't.
I saw the way that fucking map looked, and I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
That is mind blowing. Like
Yeah.
the light and the shadows and the neon glow.
The way the
and-
neon hits the smoke.
Oh God.
Freaking 80s,
Everything
man.
about that looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm just watching it on fucking YouTube streaming. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that's going to look like on the
4K.
Series X in 4K on my TV. Like,
Is this the first official like U.S. map that takes place in like a real place in the U.S.?
maybe.
I know they had like Nuketown, but like,
from
I'm trying to
2.
think of like what.
Call of Duty 2 had US maps, right? Like Modern Warfare 2, I mean.
I think
Thought it did.
so.
Like official
Maybe not.
places though. That's what I'm trying to talk about. I think it's like based on places, but I don't know if it was like, hey, this is Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Like I don't think.
Well,
that's
this is whatever street that is in Florida at that time period.
yeah, and that's really
Exact, pretty much.
cool. It looks so cool.
Really?
So
Yes.
They did talk about like the photo realism, I
Yeah.
guess they're bringing into the game. I forget what he said in the the recording, but they talked about
Photosynthesis.
they talked about the photosynthesis of getting stuff into the game, chlorophyll, mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell, all that stuff.
All right, Ryan.
You didn't watch that stream?
I was watching a different.
It's not my biology teacher. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, he talked about like scanning shit to make it accurate to the time period and accurately 100% rendered in the game in 4K.
crazy.
Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Treyarch went deep, and I'm so happy that it's Treyarch that's doing this.
Okay.
Beanox came on at the end of it, and we're talking about how they are making sure that the people that want it on PC are going to get the best qualities, the wider range of qualities and different what do you call it, resolutions,
right, and specs to match.
So they're gonna make it so Call of Duty can be played a lot of different ways on PC.
Yep. Cross generation,
cross platform.
Wow.
Yep.
For real?
Yes. You can play with your Xbox One friends, your PS4 friends, PS3, not PS3.
Can't run it.
How does that work on the back end?
He said
Warzone
he
is
literally
still
said
free,
this
and
was
it
really
comes
hard to do, but we pulled it off. He literally said that.
Warzone is still free to play, and it connects with Black Ops.
I was hoping they would do that because
Yes.
it doesn't make sense for them to like
Throw that away.
throw in
Warzones?
Blackout,
Yeah.
like bring Blackout back for Black Ops Cold War. Like that doesn't
You will
make sense.
bring most of your some of the guns that are modern will probably go away when you go to this new one,
So
but
I
they
wonder
will
if
have
it'll
a
be a
reason
different
for
map.
it. No,
Like-
it's
No,
still
it's the same map.
Verdansk.
So I think honestly, it might be the same Warzone.
Yeah.
I think if you have, I don't know. But
They said most of your stuff will stay with you.
but it's not the same
Yeah.
one, right? It's not that. So you can't play like if I was on Modern Warfare, I couldn't play with people playing on.
Well, Warzone is Warzone. Warzone is
Warzone is
Warzone.
standalone.
okay.
Yes.
So
You will
Warzone.
be able to play with Warzone people no matter what.
Okay,
Well,
so
why wouldn't the
Modern
gun thing-
Warfare.
So
So it's basically a Warzone update.
Yes, it'll be a Warzone update.
But why wouldn't the gun
They
thing work?
will make some game reason where maybe you go back in time in Verdansk or something
They're just
along those
I think
lines.
they just said
Could be
they're
a
bringing
game
in
mode.
some of the guns from Black
Yes.
Ops. That's all it was.
But if I'm playing Modern Warfare
Yes.
and you're playing Cold War, and we get into a match together,
That's different. That's not how this is working.
Okay.
Warzone is
Warzone.
Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone is its own thing.
I understand that, motherfucker, but there's new guns in Warzone. You have the guns
Yes.
from Modern Warfare in Warzone.
Yes. But
How's that- that doesn't make sense.
I'm saying that so when this happens, when it goes to Black Ops Warzone, it's still Warzone and everybody can play it.
Oh, you mean like a Fortnite thing where it's like we are level changing this shit.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Okay. All right.
Or
That's what I'm
chapter
thinking.
2.
I get
Chapter
it
2.
now.
So there's
So
going to be some
I will be
game
playing
reason.
Warzone through Modern Warfare, technically.
Yeah, but you're still playing with the
But I
Black Ops.
will
You'll get the
play
Black Ops weapons.
Cold
probably.
War's Modern or Warzone. Fuck.
But it's crazy because they're different companies, and it's still through Activision.
Yes.
Right.
But like
right.
it's Treyarch and Infinity Ward.
It's-
So that's like never happened.
Yeah.
That has
That's
never
pretty
happened.
crazy.
You are correct.
Yeah.
The way it's working is that Warzone is its own thing,
Okay.
but it connects
All right.
to the
I get it now.
the game that's live.
The host.
Yeah, they also talked about a couple new modes. The VIP escort thing.
That looks cool.
They showed people riding snowmobiles, which
And
was
jet
cool.
skis.
Jet skis I
Fucking
saw
jet
for sure.
skis,
There's like
man.
boats, like freaking like James Bond. It reminded
Yeah.
me just of
Yeah.
just like James Bond. Like this is literally the exact scene I've seen in James Bond. Like you're ramping off of a boat ramp,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
shooting at somebody, a boat below you. It's so crazy.
That all look good.
It does.
It all
There's
look
one whole
really
map
good.
that's boats and water.
I'm gonna be
Boats
freaking.
and hoes.
I'm gonna be fucking pissed if
Boats and
CCR is not playing in the background. I know it's not Nom, but like it basically is just after Nom, so you might as well throw in some Fortunate Son in there, just for the shits and
you
giggles.
know somewhere in that campaign
Yeah, you know,
Fortunate
Alex
sons will be
Mason. You
played.
know, Alex Mason, Woods.
Yes.
Which his name is, what's his first name? Something Woods. I can't remember his first name.
Frank Woods.
Frank Woods. Yeah. And then Hudson, like, dude, CCR better be playing when those characters show up in helicopter. Just saying.
Yeah.
Be pissed if they don't.
Gonna return
That or
the
Led
game.
Zeppelin.
Return the digital game. I'm gonna return the digital game.
The VIP escort thing seemed fine. Like they were all hype about it because you know they are hype about everything.
They're
But
shoutcasters. It's
I
what they do.
don't know that I necessarily thought it was super cool.
I thought it
like
looked fun.
Like
It's
basically,
stuff that I've
it's
tried to do.
extraction
Yeah.
kind of. So you escort somebody through a map at like A to B, like Paladin Siege style,
Yeah.
where you're moving a cart.
But it moves
essentially.
around the map as you go. Like if you don't make it to the first extraction point, it moves somewhere else.
Okay,
And you can
I
keep
got you.
trying if you don't die.
Ah, all right.
So it's like
Well, that seems all right. Sure.
I think it looks fun. I've tried to do that type of game in Call of Duty already.
right.
Like, okay, you only get a pistol, and if you die, we lose. I mean,
Yeah.
protect the president. We've played that in
Yeah.
paintball before. It's the
Right.
same thing.
Played in PUBG. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be in for this. God
I
damn.
might have to
don't.
wait until I can get the Walmart version so I can get it for 60 instead of 70.
We don't know if it's going to be $70, do we?
Yes,
is.
they came
It
out
is.
and said 70 on next gen,
great.
but you get the regular gen, the current gen, and the next gen version at the $70
Yeah.
price
Oh,
tag.
nice.
So
Man, I kinda figured that happened with
that's
Xbox, but,
Probably
like-
worth it.
But isn't that like already a thing with Xbox, though?
Yeah.
So
I guess it matters
Maybe
for
then I should
PlayStation.
just wait and see if
for
you get-
PlayStation, I see that being a thing, but like Xbox would already been able to do that. You get both because you have it on Xbox One. You get to play it on an Xbox Series X.
But you don't get the Series X
no,
version.
no, they're not. So that's
Oh, you get the different
Microsoft
version.
has sponsored that.
Oh, yeah.
Or if companies want to do that, but that's not how Activision has
Okay.
structured it.
No.
So smart delivery is not available for next gen.
You can
Okay.
play the Xbox One version of this
People are
game.
going to be dicks about it.
Yeah. I mean, EA and Activision are both being dicks about it and not really capitalizing.
Well, I said in that one moment, Sony was slightly smart to not say that they're doing it that way. Developers can just choose to do it. So that way it's like, because I know some people were kind of mad at Xbox. They're like, what about smart delivery? I did hear a couple people say that they were kind of mad about the smart delivery not being for like them doing 70 instead of just being able to get the old gen and then just go forward.
Well, right, but that is completely on publishers whether or not they want to do that. It's not on Xbox offers this as a service to developers and publishers that want to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like Ubisoft has on a bunch of games, CD Projekt Red is with Cyberpunk, but it's completely on those publishers whether or not they want to actually use it.
because that's their
And-
$10.
And EA and Activision have chosen not
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, which sucks.
So, yeah.
That's
But
their
that might-
their
that might
$10
pick
to
up
charge.
Might pick up at Walmart. Or I guess maybe they'll have a version that is just next gen. That's 60. I don't know.
No, next gen will be 70.
Yes, next gen will be 70, and it comes with 2 versions of the game on PlayStation and
Then I'll give a wait.
so.
Less.
We're gonna move on to the last bit of news here. This actually dropped very recently. Nintendo is asking developers to start developing their games in 4K.
Which the Switch only plays at 720.
So currently, the Switch plays at 720. You are correct on handheld mode.
And
I think is capable of 1080.
1080 on the dock. So
1080 through the dock.
Yeah.
But there's a new report that has come out. This is reported to us by Gaming Bolt that Nintendo may be making a 4K version of the Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
take my money.
So
Take it.
there was already
$400.
There,
Calling it right now.
well, maybe you're probably right. Actually, at 400. So there was already conjecture that Nintendo was making a new version
2.0.
of the Switch for 2021, and now this could be further details about that new version. And do you think they will phase out the current version in trade for this one, or do we get
get
some
We get 2.
2 versions?
It'll
Okay.
be the new 3DS. It'll be the new Switch.
Yeah.
No, this will be the Nintendo Switched. So that's just ED at the end.
Nice.
No, it'll be the new Switch.
Honestly, you're probably right. Considering their naming scheme,
It's fucked.
It'll 100%
It's so
say
fucked.
new Nintendo Switch. Above that Switch symbol right there, it'll say new.
I hate
said,
it so much.
100%.
new
That's what it'll
Nintendo
fucking hate
Switch.
it.
My stepdad stole my
4K.
Switch, so he's like, you can't file a transfer for Animal Crossing.
Right.
So he's like, oh, I might just buy you the new Switch once the prices drop. I'm like,
There you
who knows
go.
when that's gonna be?
Yeah.
But there you go, motherfucker.
There you go,
I'll give you $100 and then you buy the rest.
So, yeah, it's, they talk about in this article a little bit about Nintendo selling out of consoles and stuff like that. This is all super preliminary rumor kind of stuff, but I would take a more powerful Switch, absolutely.
Yeah, I would
For
too.
sure.
I'm down.
If they do that, they can put Game Pass on it.
Dude, the things they're gonna do with Microsoft though, I can only maybe we'll get some Microsoft exclusives on there.
I mean, we got Ori, like Ori's on the
Yeah.
Switch, right? Like that's a Microsoft exclusive.
I mean, they helped out. I mean, they did Minecraft, but that was already on Sony before it was on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still though, I mean, big thing.
But I could see like Forza, maybe seeing a Forza on Switch.
Oh, control
Switch could-
terribly.
Switch
Those fucking. They better fix the goddamn analog sticks.
Yeah, they should.
God, make those better, please. If you're gonna make a 4K device, change up make the control
Yes.
better. Make it have a
Agreed.
better grip.
I mean, obviously, it'll have to be a little chunkier,
It'll probably be a little beefier,
which is
yeah.
fine because you can get
Bigger
I mean,
brick,
I have a
but it's
grip that I
fine.
have on the back. Like I got these grips that they have, which are freaking amazing. I can't even.
Yeah,
play.
I played on.
Oh.
I held your Switch last week. That thing feels really nice.
Yeah.
So
really, really nice.
Y'all in your man
was
hands.
like-
I got baby hands. It's
mean,
made for the
it's-
Switch.
it's ergonomic. That's
is
what it is.
They just
But
have
it was
to
like
fix the dead zone. Is that
So-
what it's called?
Yeah.
yeah, they got to
Yeah.
fix that. and make
Well,
it way
it's
more.
that it's a digital Switch, so
Yeah.
it's either 0 or 1, and not 1 through 100 like it is on like an Xbox.
Yeah.
So an analog Switch would be like a spring-loaded kind of thing, like it is on PlayStation and Xbox. Whereas, like Troy said, there is no spring. I mean, it does spring back into place.
Yeah.
But the sensor on the Switch is only.
That's why the drift is so bad
Yes.
and so fast.
yeah.
Because with Xbox, there's some play in there.
Yeah.
There is a dead zone. With the Switch, there's no dead zone. It's either on or it's off.
Okay.
so I
So
hope
if it
they
goes
change
left,
that
it goes left.
for
I hope they
sure.
change that. Yeah.
Also, though, putting it in 4K, would they do 4K on tablet mode?
No,
And,
Or-
it'd be
and
1080
that
on
fucking
tablet.
screen, like AMOLED screens are expensive.
They are.
And OLED screens are expensive.
Yeah.
So to put that in tablet mode in 4K would be
$500.
difficult.
I think
for
it'd be
sure.
1080 on the tablet.
And you
I mean,
burn
oh.
through that fucking battery. My phone has
Jesus.
4K, and I just wreck the battery every time I turn that
Really?
4K on.
my phone is 4K. It's fine.
Really?
iPhone, maybe. Let's go.
Man, I don't know.
I mean,
iPhone does-
I would
something
say
wrong.
given Nintendo's thing,
I'm also playing
batteries,
games with it, so I guess it could just be the
Yeah.
games that's draining it. I
Probably-
thought it was
definitely,
turning on
yeah.
4K. I don't know.
Nintendo switched Pro
Friggin'
new.
boomer.
You get 1 hour of battery for 4K game on the go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I would
You know,
never
if that
play my
screen was in
Switch off the
4K
charger. Like, I really
I
don't.
only play it in tablet mode.
Well,
so-
I mean, I still put the charger in it, but like,
Well, yeah, because my fucking
but, like, I
battery only
play,
lasts
usually
2 hours.
my play session
mine-
lasts longer, so I just
I guess
plug it in.
my
My
and play.
battery
the new
lasts for
Yeah.
hours.
That's
Like
for
I
toilet
don't,
gaming.
I don't know. I've
Do you have
never.
do you have the original model?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I
do
got the
too.
newer one, which it
I have
definitely
the
is
original
better.
model, and it just plays. Like I can play. My
sucks
son
your
plays.
joy.
All right, we gotta get out of here. We talked about Switch battery 100 fucking times.
Whatever.
I'm excited. I hope they do it because it's great. If I get one, then I can give my Switch to my wife and we'll get rid of the light.
There you go. Yeah, throw that thing away. Fuck that thing.
What if we make a 4K light?
New
The
4K
new
light
Nintendo
Switch
4K
Pro.
light.
Dock. It's 4K and the battery sucks ass.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you everybody so much for listening. This has been Crazy Train of Thought episode, wherever the fuck we're on. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Colin. I've been your host, Ryan Wolf. Like I said, Crazy Train of Thought. See ya.
That's all, folks.
What the fuck?